The other day we were in Mandera, courtesy of my brother, party leader, Senator Ali Roba, and I was disappointed again that Mandera residents were demonstrating, Mr. Speaker, because of lack of water. Why? Because there are 3 generators, there are non-functional generators, there is no electricity in this holy month of Ramadan, Mr. Speaker. I want to call out the Kenya Power and Lighting Company for this ineptitude, incompetency, and moribunds in service provision. It is not a favor, it is not a privilege that they are doing to Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. I don't support what Sakaja did by dumping cabbage in the KPLC Steamer Plaza. But, Mr. Speaker, if Kenya Power and Lighting Company cannot rise up to the occasion, we will not blame the decisions or the actions that Kenyans take, Mr. Speaker. We were there, and I know maybe also when the majority leader was in Mandera, he was also told of the lack of electricity. And I want to propose to Kenya Power and Lighting, and majority leader, you can tell the energy expert minister, Opio and I, that they can allow the importation of electricity from Ethiopia because it is cheaper and affordable to the people of Mandera and northern Kenya. If Kenya Power and Lighting Company, Mr. Speaker.
Proceed, Senator Fernandi, to conclude.
Thank you, Mr.
Remarks.
Speaker. What Senator Majority Leader is informing, I agree it is happening on the paper, but it is only yesterday that Mandera residents were demonstrating because Kenya Power has not added an extra transformer, the generator. They were supposed to add them so that, in fact, we argued that as the holy month begins, the Kenya Power out of agency should have added a new generator, but they have not done so. And when we went there, Mr. Speaker, I'm speaking from the point of information that they are yet to do anything, the Kenya Power and Lighting, and I want to encourage now that majority leader can engage, direct the Minister of Energy, should just sit with the Minister of Energy and find out what is the problem that the Mandera people do not have electricity. And I think let us connect. I remember Garissa had similar challenges, Mr. Speaker. Let us connect each and every, and I like what the motto of the president, uniting the entire country, Mr. Speaker. Let every Kenyan access the national grid of Kenya Power, so that we are not, when you are in Mandera, you find it sad that Nandi is connected to national grid of power, but the people of Mandera, yet they pay the similar taxes. But I want from the floor of the House and ask the party leader, the area senator, to ask his residents to calm down. He is a co-principal of Kenya Kwanza, just like you. They can sit with the president and discuss at the highest level. They don't need to demonstrate, yet the president has decided to contract the road from Mandera to Isiolo, the 750 kilometers.
Majority Leader.
You know, Senator
Fernandi, would you wish to be informed?
Nowadays he looks wise. I can
Proceed.
As his senior, he has no option, Mr. Speaker. He has to listen when I speak. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to inform Senator Cheragei that Kenya imports significant power from Ethiopia. So what he's asking for is happening already. The only challenge that we have is that to do transmission lines from, I think, the substation closest to Mandera town is quite a significant investment. And that is why over the years that hasn't been done. But during the last visit, and Senator Roba is here, of the president, I think last month, it was agreed that actually instead of having to wait for power from the closest substation, which is, I think, I don't know how many hundreds of kilometers away, that the residents be connected to power next door from Ethiopia, and we pay for it alongside the rest of the power that we import. So Senator Cheragei's decision or proposal is already being implemented, albeit with much delay. It needs to be expedited, especially during this holy month of Ramadan. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support, and as I support Mr. Speaker, I would like to weigh in on the statement that has been shared by the majority leader and my brother, Senator Cheragei. I must say I was honored to have the company of Senator Cheragei in Mandera. And Mr. Speaker, this problem that is being discussed has been ongoing for the last 3 years. And the government has been making promises after promises. It's very sad. When the president visited Mandera, 2 generators were brought to back up. And unfortunately, the 3 on the ground are not working. The 2 that were brought, 1 is not working. While the intent of the president is noble and has made commitment for this solution to be realized by Mandera people, but the situation has appeared to be extremely deliberate by Kenya Power, as if the people of northern Kenya are not equals in this country. Because as we discuss the challenges of power in Mandera, and it was there when I was a governor, and we were discussing, and unfortunately it's not a devolved function. It cannot be billed to county government because the provision of electricity is not liberalized. It is monopolistic business run by, the electricity company in Kenya, Kenya Power. And the situation is going from bad to worse. What is very embarrassing in present-day Kenya, Mr. Speaker, and it's very, very disheartening to even refer to, a country that, a region, a town that shares, cross-border line with us, which is literally Bulahawa, with unstable government, a government that is struggling to come to stabilize itself, and the farthest corner from the center of Mogadishu, Bulahawa, has several private vendors, and they have reliable electricity in Bulahawa, such that when Mandera is in the dark and fridges are not working and people are fasting, people of Mandera cross to the border to go and buy ice and buy cold drinks from the other side. It's very, very painful that when you look at Bulahawa belonging to a country that was unstable for 30 years, the resemblance of government is starting to exist right now. That town that is across the border less than 100 meters from our border is able to have reliable power supply. And the country, Kenya, middle income status country, is struggling to provide services of provision of electricity to the people of this country. And we've talked about this, repeatedly. The leadership are at pain to the level that the leadership of Mandera County are at loggerheads with each other, one blaming the other for not doing this and that, and with the belief that somebody is sabotaging somewhere, yet the responsibility of provision of electricity lies squarely with Kenya Power. One of the 47 counties in this country is without power, and perennially, every year we are discussing this. It's about time for our president, His Excellency President William Samoei Ruto, to take this issue, take the bull by the horn. The noble intent of connecting us from across the border, which is about 78 kilometers from Ethiopia, has been in discussion. But realization of the same is not happening. The problem is persistently there. The people are at pains. Yesterday, there were demonstrations in town. We've tried to suppress it for years. To the extent right now it has become impossible. It is reaching explosive levels within the community where leaders will not have a choice, but because we've kept on telling them, do not demonstrate, we might end up joining them in the demonstration for purpose of realizing, electricity, sustainable electricity supply for the people of Mandera town. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is very agonizing, and I cannot really overemphasize. Last time, we managed to calm the population of that town by telling them the president is coming, solution is on its way, and the generators have been promised. We've met the PS, we've met the CS, and this solution will be resolved and they do not demonstrate. And we promise, if that does not happen, the leadership of that county, including the governor, will join in the demonstration to demonstrate the pain that the public are feeling in that county. I beg to support. Thank you.